guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are kind of going to discuss two things, and it is bright. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever had this room this bright. Okay, anyways, but I think it looks really good, so it's all good. Anyway, we're gonna talk about, I read Hades, the Disney villain comic book. Just a little short, um, little thing that I picked up from the library. I love this, and it reminds me so much of, like, my younger days when I used to watch Disney a lot more, and they used to have, like, these shows for, like, Hercules, Aladdin. They had one for Tarzan. They had one for, like, The Little Mermaid. I think there might have been more, like Winnie the Pooh had a whole bunch of stuff. But that's what this really reminded me of. I don't know if this is original story or if this is just something from that. I don't think so because I didn't recognize the story. But they're trying to get the Golden Fleece, and it's like all the bad guys from like Greek mythology, really. It's not really anything to do with like the Disney Hercules. It's more of just like same artwork, but mostly the gods from Greek mythology. And it was really cute. I think when you like get a little bit older and you start watching, like more adult stuff, like I appreciate these sometimes because these are a good palette cleanser. Especially like Hercules. Hercules is such a fun world. And I think, Hades in this is maybe not portrayed the way like we want to think like Greek mythology, but he's just such a fun character. I know the voice actor had a lot to do with how the character is portrayed. They were going to do something way, way different with Hades. I can't think of what his name is right now. But it's kind of like a Robin Williams situation with Hades as well, where he ad-libbed a lot of it. So, this is like the Hades I grew up with. And this is like, you still have like Athena in here. You still have, Aphrodite's mentioned. Like, you still have a lot of them, and the way that they're portrayed in here is how I grew up with them. And then obviously Epic's been a thing, and we've had a couple other like Percy Jackson and stuff like that. So, but it got me thinking of like, how do I feel about Disney being somebody in their 30s that's kind of stepped away from it? Like, I don't really remember the last new Disney film I watched. I think it was either Moana or Brave. It's been a really long time. Of course, I've seen Frozen, but I think that was earlier. I think I've seen Frozen 2. But it's just how I feel about Disney, like while I was growing up, to Disney now. I don't get that fun factor. And it's not because I'm like an adult or anything. I don't think so. I think it's just the way that they're portraying these stories is just, to me, like level-handed. Like, here have all the things that we're trying to tell you you're supposed to get from this story. Like, I don't feel like you get that from Hercules. Like, you have, like, there's something about the character of Meg, which is not in this, I'm talking about the movie, that it's like, she's a very complicated character for somebody like a 5-year-old to really figure her out, and then you watch it as you're older, and then you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. Like, I get, like, why she doesn't want to be in love, and you get her whole story, like, when you rewatch it as an adult. And I feel like it's the same with a lot of the Disney movies I grew up with, where it was, they were taking, like, the songs were catchy. So, like, me as a 5-7-year-old was, digging it out. But if you watch it as an adult, there's like another underlining message to a lot of what Disney was putting out during that time. Where I think now it just seems like it's so kid coded, where it's like the movies aren't enjoyable, they're kind of cute, and that's it. Like that's how I felt about Frozen, and then they had that twist at the end, and I was like, okay, and then but I didn't like the rest of the movie, so it's just such a weird thing to think about, like what Disney used to be. We used to have sequel films, okay? That's not something that straight to DVD sequel films was a thing. So it wasn't like you were watching these and every movie like you watched from Disney was completely, original. No, I mean we had Lion King 2, which had like one of the best villains. Aladdin had 3 movies. Like, and some of them were so good. And it was still good. Like, the Beauty and the Beast, Belle Special Christmas, really good movie. The TV show for Hercules, very good movie. Good show. We got to learn so much from like the Little Mermaid show and stuff like that too. And I felt like that's fine. Like it's fine to extend on a property. But it's not okay to always like rely on your old properties for live action material. That, in my opinion, only one's been good. I really like the Jungle Book one. I think the Jungle Book one is very underrated. If you've not seen the live action Jungle Book, I would highly suggest it. I'm gonna put this down. Like, this is what we were like talking about for like 5 seconds. Like, there wasn't a lot to say. But it just seems like they're leaning into too much of that where, yes, you were taking from other properties. Like, Hunchback is not, like, original property. That is Victor Hugo's Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like, to me, it's very dark. They lighten it up a little bit for Disney, but like a very dark story for a children's film, which they did a lot in the 90s. I don't know when Black Cauldron came out. That was another good one that I really actually wish they would expand on. But a lot of the movies now, like how I'm getting kind of to know them is through Kingdom Hearts. So, like Big Hero 6 was in Kingdom Hearts, and I kind of got like an idea of what the story was through that. I'm not really like watching for that. Yeah, I think what's interesting about being this age now and looking at the heroes and the villains, I'm like more into the villains now than I think I've ever been. There's still a few, like, I really do still like Belle. I still like Ariel, Jasmine, Meg, but then I like Hades. But then, like, if you're, like, looking at the really old ones, like, I love Maleficent. I think she's such a good villain. And I'm glad that they actually did her story. I didn't like the Cruella de Vil film. I didn't think that was necessary. And I think there's a second one. I'm not digging that idea. But I think with her being such an old villain, and it's like, there's not too much about her in the film. Like, they could have done anything with her. Like, they could have done anything with that storyline. And they did such a good job for the first film. I didn't see the rest. But that's like an example of expanding on a property, but you're taking a character that we've really never talked about, never seen, and I think that's good. And I wish they would do that with more of the villains. I don't think we need remakes. I think we just need, like, if you're going to take the properties, then expand, like, on a character. Like, it would be kind of cool to maybe have a Genie film. Or it would be cool to see Ursula's story. I know they did a lot of this in Once Upon a Time, if you've ever seen that show. But they also did like a whole season of Frozen that I think really kind of ruined that. And then they did like an Ice Queen, which I'm like, if you're gonna do Frozen, just do Frozen. Like, don't like put in the original property, because I mean the original property is the Ice Queen. But it didn't work out. And like, Alice in Wonderland was a really good film, but Tim Burton did not need to extend on that either. Like, I don't know. I feel like they could go so many different directions and then they don't. Like, it would be kind of nice to have it to where you have the movies for the kiddos, and then like have the live actions for like the adults, where you like extend on like properties we grew up with. Like, I think that would be really cool, instead of just remaking like the same thing and then putting it as live action, which I swear none of the Disney films needed to be put in live action. Like, I'm just like sitting there like, can we please, like, if we're gonna do Treasure Planet and Atlantis, like, don't do live action, just put it in Kingdom Hearts and we'll all be happy. Like, no live action for either one of those. The backgrounds, like, everything would be way too hard. Like, please, no. We've already gotten confirmed that we're getting Star Wars. Like, I'm not thrilled about that. I might put that, make that a video within itself, like how much I miss the old films and Kingdom Hearts games. But right now we're just talking about Disney in general. Like, thank you, Disney, for if you're the ones that chose to let Sora be in Smash, like, thank you. Don't know who made that decision finally, but I'm glad our boy Sora is getting some recognition, like, for, like, the 20 years that the Kingdom Hearts world, like, game has been out, and it's, like, the main, like, game for Disney and everything. And that's where I've been getting a lot of the newer Disney stuff. Sorry, guys. I think they should have done, the third game should have been maybe like one more like of the older properties. Like, I would have loved them to finally be able to do the Jungle Book world. I think we were supposed to get Treasure Planet like so many times. Do Atlantis. Like, I think they should have just one more time did the older stuff. Sorry, guys. And then the fourth one, bring in the newer IPs. Because, I don't know, the IPs in the third one did not do so well. But I am going to leave that for another video. Yeah, it doesn't hit the same. The old movies still hit. Like, I can still, like, if I'm in a bad mood or something, I can still put on Hercules and, like, be excited about it. Like, those movies do not age, it feels like. Sorry, guys. And that's the lovely thing about them, is, like, even though they were drawn and they're not, like, 4K, whatever, like, it still holds. The music still really holds really well. And I just wish the newer stuff was as good as the older stuff. I feel so old. I feel ancient at this point, guys, because I'm, like, complaining about this, but I wish they could figure out something that would make all parties happy, you know? Like, sorry guys, like, I know there's, like, Disney adults and stuff, and I mean, I still like it from time to time. I don't consider myself a Disney adult. I consider myself a Nightmare Before Christmas adult. Like, I still love that movie, still get a lot of merchandise from it. But when it comes to Disney as a whole, like, I really don't. I'm, like, a big, huge diamond painter, and I haven't bought a single, like, Disney, like, diamond art piece from them yet, so that's just my 2 cents about Disney. It's gonna be a heavy manga Thursday. I have 2 weeks, and then of that, and then I'm gonna be talking about Daisy Jones and the Six. I'm reading the book, so I'm gonna be doing a comparison of the TV show. And that should be it for Thursdays. My birthday is coming up, and it is on a Thursday, and I'm kind of trying to figure out what I want to do for that, but we will find out together. But otherwise, you guys have a good one. Like and subscribe if you want more videos. Thursday for media, Sunday for books, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.